Welcome to the final Dirty Pair video. In this one, I looked at the final OVA, the last thing that was released. It came out in actually 1990. Dirty Pair Flight 005 Conspiracy. I know they came out in Crusher Joe, and I know they had a very obscure showing somewhere else, but this is where we stop at at Dirty Pair. And it starts off showing you a soundbite of the conspiracy. This flight blows up with 300 people, and they're trying to figure out what happened, and they it ends up turning into this huge ordeal, where it's a bigger conspiracy than the conspiracy that the lovely angels are researching. And this one, it does capture the charm of the TV series and the OVA series, because when I talked about the movie missed that almost completely because it was focused more on high end animation and music than anything else. But this one goes back to Earth, and it really does give you that classic 1985 Dirty Pair feel. And I don't mean to to bash on the movies. Just it's a good movie. Just that it didn't have the same feel for Kei and Yuri you see everywhere else when it comes to the Dirty Pair anime or OVA or whatever you get into. In this one, the chief really does not like them anymore. I guess he's finally fed up with them constantly messing up, but he gets them for this mission. And there's a funny part where he's banging his head on the counter, and it's like a cuckoo clock sound effect. I thought that was pretty hilarious. And just the little details are just hilarious. Like when this guy calls the lovely angels a dirty pair, and Kay glares at him, and her eyes like twitching. It's like a little minor detail, but I just really appreciate that they put things like that in there. It makes it funnier. And this is also the darkest of all the Dirty Pair content. The other OVAs, the movie, the series, this one is very dark. There's actually gore in this one. Uh, I was really surprised. For example, there's a scene where uh, Kei and Yuri get blown up in a building, and Kei thinks that Yuri's actually dead. Now, this has happened before in the series where something happens and Yuri appears to be dead, and Kei gets sad. But in this one, it drags on longer, so Kei ends up becoming an alcoholic and kind of drinking herself to death. So she's depressed that her partner died, despite that they always argue. And so when this happens, she's with the lead investigator who's also on this case, and she's also drunk. She's been drinking a lot, and the bartender gives her another drink, but he slips some pills into her drink, and the lead investigator, thinking that Kay has drank too much already, drinks in her place, and then his head just like explodes, and blood splatters on Kay's face, like her like, brain like parts of his brain like slap her in the face, and she's like traumatized at this. And then the bartender tries to shoot her in the head with a gun, but then Yuri pops up and shoots him through the head. And there's also another gory scene where they manage to catch someone with information, but he gets brutally shot in the neck so that he can't talk. And Yuri also gets this new kind of amusing card attack where she can slit throats. So yeah, I was surprised to see content like this in this OVA. Now I didn't mention it in the OVA with the psychic girl. That's the only one that has nudity. I noticed that. I should have brought it up there, but I didn't think about it at the time. One thing that kind of disappointed me about this OVA, probably the only thing that disappointed me about this OVA, is that it kind of brought back the plot to a episode from the TV series. There's an episode in the TV series where a little boy fakes a flight. They do the same thing here, where the ship they're investigating turns out that nobody was really on it. I mean, that's not really that original because they had already touched upon it. But it's alright. And Moogie, as usual, is their get out of trouble for free card, and he comes in to save the day. Yeah, and, Moogie, you gotta give Moogie credit for a clumsy, sarcastic, jokester type giant genetical cat that is afraid of mice. You know, he puts in work. He's very intelligent. He's there most of the time when the girls need him, because there's this one part where he falls asleep when when Kay needs him for to the in that OVA episode where they gotta help the guy that's gambling. They need Moogie to help them with exposing the fraud of the gamble, and he's asleep. But he's a good boy. His voice actor is, I don't think he does much at all, but he did a good job. I really like Mogi's character. There's not enough appreciation of Mogi. So eventually, the lovely angels find the scientist with the help of Dick, and the scientist sabotages their reactor to explode. As the enemy forces are escaping, there's a funny part where two of the men fight over an escape pod. One pushes the other out of the way and says move, and the other one responds by shooting him, getting in the pod and kicking him. And so all these henchmen are killing themselves trying to escape, and killing each other trying to escape. This is sad. Now this OVA does try to move you, so if you don't want to get spoiled, you should just leave now or come back after you're done. But in this OVA, Dick is all about being reunited with his family, his daughter and granddaughter. But towards the end of the film, when they're trying to escape the explosion of the reactor, he gets caught between these two parts of the ship, and he gets blasted into space and kind of gets lost in there. I I'm confused because shouldn't they just be able to get him? I mean, he has oxygen. The lovely angels got on the ship, or maybe he got caught in the explosion because then as the lovely angels are flying away with his family, the main villain tries to shoot them down, but then their reactor goes off and explodes and kills all of them. So I guess he probably got caught up in that. And at the end, and tries to be all sad with the loss of Dick and and Kay crying, which I don't think I had seen that before. When I think about it, and that's how it ends. It also had really good music. See, Dirty Pair has really good music. The TV series did not really have good music besides like one or two tracks in the anime itself, but it had an amazing opening song and an amazing ending song to make up for it. And you get the usual running gags, Kay being worried about her weight, and then chasing after men and all that they like to do. But overall, it was a great OVA. Nothing in the Dirty Pair franchise disappointed me except the movie. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, "Oh, why would he not like the movie?" The movie did really great when it came to animation and music, because that's what the movie was about. It was high production. That was the main focus of it. When it came to the lovely angels themselves, it didn't do a really good job showcasing what they're about, their dynamic interactions, their gimmicks. It didn't really do much of that. I mentioned that Kay is too soft, and I had my problems with it. But at least when they made their last OVA with this one, they ended up strong. But this was an amazing franchise. I had so much fun going through all the Dirty Pair OVAs and the series and the movie. If you have any questions about Dirty Pair, feel free to ask. I will not be looking at Dirty Pair Flash because that's kind of just there's a story behind Dirty Pair Flash. I explained it in one of my videos. But this is where Dirty Pair ends, and it was great. There's also no ending to this anime. There's no ending, so we don't know what happens to Yuri and Kay when they get older. We'll never know because its style is episodic. There is, if you look, like I said many times before, and this OVA is not an exclusion. If you're looking for an incredible, amazing ending, like most people would expect from an anime, you don't get it here. But it's still good. You can enjoy something that's episodic. You don't need to have the ending. But this concludes my Dirty Pair content. I might do more videos if I could think of something to make more content about. But this is basically the end of the line for now. So thank you. And wait, thank you. No one's gonna watch these videos.